Alright everybody, welcome back to another edition here of our SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 Modernized GM Mode. How are y'all doing? My name is Dominic. Of course. Well, if you didn't see the last episode, I recommend you do, obviously. Okay, check out all the videos on the channel, etc. But if you watch the last episode all the way to the very end, you will know the disaster that I have been handed. This is only the third episode in the series, and it's already a disaster. First off, the tag team feuds both had they both had thumbs down, which means that they were both negatively received by the audience. So what I did, just right off the bat, I remade the rivalries. However, now it's Big E versus Pete Dunne and Cesaro versus Xavier Woods, as opposed to it being Woods versus Dunne and Cesaro versus Big E. So I kind of flipped them around. Also, I changed the rivalry length so that it's 13 weeks, so it goes all the way to Vengeance, as opposed to it just going to the next pay-per-view, BackLash. Speaking of the next pay-per-view, BackLash, ladies and gentlemen, I am the master of segues indeed. My number one contender for the WWE Champion, the top prize, is Edge. However, Edge is not feeling good, okay? In case you can't read, this says Edge is hurt. Got an email. Minor injury for Edge. He has a sprained wrist, okay? He recommends, or she recommends, that Edge takes it easy for 3 weeks. Pay-per-view is 3 weeks away. Or 2 weeks, I guess. It's like, there's 2 episodes of Raw and then the pay-per-view, so I don't know if that counts as 3 weeks or 2 weeks. We're gonna find out. But it's not looking good. But it's fine. We'll work with what we've got, okay? We've gotta, strategize more perhaps. Okay, let's get to the promos. Let's figure out what we're doing here. First off, rivalry in place of match. Roman and Edge. Edge is hurt. He can't do anything. So Roman, I guess during this rivalry in place of match, he'll come out and talk shit about Edge, saying, wow, I've got a wrist, and I'm the champion. I'm amazing. Something like that. Whereas Edge, he's sad, and he's at home, and he's like, why don't I have a wrist? Also, first promo, merchandise sponsorship, because we always need money. So yeah, now that we got that money, we got the promos in, let's go main event. Now it's a steel cage tornado tag team matches. Keith Lee and Rob Van Dam, because that tag team sounds so freaking cool, takes on Seth Rollins, and I believe the person he teamed up last week was with Shelton Benjamin. Yes, it was. Okay, so boom, that's good. The Monday Night Messiah, perhaps. Shelton Benjamin is slowly being brainwashed by Seth Rollins backstage. I don't know. Seth Rollins, he keeps picking Shelton Benjamin as his tag team partner during these high pressure situations. Maybe there's something there. However, before that steel cage match, we're going to have just a regular match. We're going to have Roman taking on The Fiend. Because this isn't a match. What I have here, this isn't a match. Roman, okay, so Roman, he's doing this promo, right? Blah, 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 Edge sucks, right? And then, lights go out, lights come up, and who is it that the Fiend goes to attack Roman Reigns. What happens then, I don't know, but in my head, this isn't a match, this is a promo, this is continuing the promo. However, now we're gonna just continue the tag team feud as Big E and Xavier Woods teams up against Pete Dunne and Cesaro in a tag team title match. That's right, that's what we're doing. I don't know why that's what we're doing, but I want to do it. However, before that tag team title match, we're just going to have a regular singles no manager with manager as Melina takes on Sasha Banks. Where are you, Sasha? No, she takes on Bayley, rather. And Sasha Banks is at ringside watching as her best old buddy Bayley, ooh, her best friend, takes on Melina. Meanwhile, on the match before then, we have another similar scenario. So, to kick off the show in the second match, we're gonna have a triple threat, Mickey, Becky, Asuka. We're gonna see what happens there. Confirm the match card, let's go. Ooh, and Asuka gets the job done in the first match. Okay, I'm into that. Perhaps Asuka pins Becky Lynch after Mickie James does some work in on Becky Lynch as well. Maybe Asuka can then say, hey, I pinned the champion. Bayley with Sasha Banks, however, gets the job done on Melina. Big E and Xavier Woods still the tag team champs. Because why not? I guess they're still the tag team champs. Roman Reigns! Oh my god! What the fuck? I did not expect this. If you remember, he was in the middle of a promo, he was talking bad about Edge. The lights went out, the lights went back up, and the Fiend shows up. That is what we had. I thought what was gonna happen was that the Fiend was just gonna give him the claw, and we were gonna go. But since Roman Reigns wins, Roman Reigns instead escaped from the Fiend. Okay, so he didn't beat the Fiend, but as soon as the lights went out, Roman Reigns ran out of the ring. The Fiend was in the middle of the ring. He was like, where'd he go? And then Roman Reigns, he was on the outside, and he's like, I'm not over here, man. I'm scaled. You a scaly monster demon boy. So Roman escapes an attack, but the fact that the Fiend showed up perhaps signals that he wants the title. Main event. Yes! This is what I wanted. Rob Van Dam and Keith Lee finally get a victory over Seth Rollins and Shelly B in the steel cage. Okay, following their major loss against Seth and Shelton, RVD and Keith Lee, they needed this, and I'm happy they got it. Fan chain SmackDown plus 170. What? That's a lot of fans. That was a lot of fans. They got 1.5 stars. I got half a star? Why are they getting 1.5 star shows? These fans, okay, they don't understand a good story. They don't understand the build, the process. They don't understand what makes a good wrestling show. These ungrateful fans. Also, Keith Lee and Shelton Benjamin, they're now in a feud. There's no reason why they're in a feud. Okay, I like Keith Lee, I like Shelly B. They're not doing anything on the show. They can have a feud until Vengeance, I think it was. So yeah, we're building till Vengeance, ladies and gentlemen. Promo, rivalry in place of match again for Edge and Roman, because we gotta continue the feud and Edge is still hurt. And interview space because I want to help somebody. The popularity of Cesaro is so bad! Cesaro is so bad! Why is he so bad? Okay, well, I'm gonna put Cesaro there. Why is Cesaro so bad? I don't know. He's like 13 popularity. Maybe we could change that by having Cesaro in the main event in a 6-man tag. Everybody get in the pool as we got Roman Reigns alongside Cesaro and Pete Dunne, because apparently Roman Reigns, he is an ass kicker on this show. And of course they take on Xavier Woods, Big E, which by the way, Cesaro and Pete Dunne have a much higher overall than Woods and Big E. I don't know why they keep losing, but it's fine. And then instead of Edge being in the spot because he's hurt, we're gonna have Brock Lesnar. He's not doing anything. Why not? Next up, singles, no manager, with manager. We've got Keith Lee and Shelton Benjamin fighting to kick off the show. And Shelton is being joined by Seth Rollins. Why is he joined by Seth? Is Shelton Benjamin a part of the Messiah faction? I don't know. By the way, Cesaro in this promo is being interviewed because he's being such a little bitch, if you want a kayfabe reason why. Kayla Braxton or whoever. It's like, Cesaro, why are you being such a little bitch all the time? Why do you keep jobbing to everybody? Cesaro's like, you better watch this main event because it's gonna be a shoot. Cesaro's gonna whip a gun out and that's how he's gonna beat everybody. He's gonna just straight up kill Brock Lesnar. Death isn't funny. I shouldn't laugh at that. Next up is singles match. No manager, with manager. Becky Lynch will be by the side of Mickie James, as Becky Lynch will be watching this matchup very closely because she does have a title match against Asuka at the pay-per-view. Also, before her match against Sasha Banks at the pay-per-view. Melina said, you know what? I don't want to wait. I want to fight. I want a match against Sasha Banks here tonight. However, Sasha Banks, okay, she's a heel. She doesn't want to fight people fairly. What's wrong with you? So, Melina now has to take on the odds of both Bayley and Sasha Banks. However, to kick off the show, Rob Van Dam, he's smoking in a weed bar, and then, oh, what the hell? Rob Van Dam is being attacked by Seth Rollins. RVD, he was not prepped for this, okay? He was just smoking weed. He was just chilling out in the back, and Seth Rollins said, nah, I'ma attack you. So yeah, confirm the match card, let's go. Because again, we don't have enough people to have the first match assimilate as RVD. Since he's in the weed bar, he understands the environment. He knows what's around him. He's been to that weed bar at least 419 times before. And Seth Rollins on his 420th outing as a member of this weed bar decides to attack him. But there you see Rob Van Dam. Okay, he's been there so many times before. He knows what's around him. So, of course, Seth Rollins, he walks towards him. He's ready for a fight. RVD, he realizes the danger in the situation. He knows underneath the bar is a shotgun. He pulls it out, shoots at Seth Rollins. He misses the bullet, but Seth Rollins understands the fear, and he walks away. Also, of course, Melina loses in the handicap match. However, Melina is still walking in to BackLash, ready for this fight against Sasha Banks, so whatever. Asuka beats Mickie James, and Becky Lynch perhaps taking notes at ringside. And Shelton Benjamin beats Keith Lee with the Messiah, who earlier in the evening dealt face-to-face with a shotgun. He perhaps assists Shelton Benjamin, perhaps his next new disciple. However, main event, Roman Reigns, Cesaro, and Pete Dunne. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Cesaro get a damn victory, which is what he finally got. And Roman, Cesaro, Pete Dunne, the big bad guy heels, big boos all around, leading into BackLash. So let's see how much we lost, because apparently that's what I do. Fan change SmackDown plus what, $1 billion? No, only 100,000. Okay, that's still not good for me. All I know is that we're going into BackLash. Things are not looking great, but we're gonna see. We got a WWE title match. We've got a ladder title. I don't want it to be too brutal for Edge's sake. So maybe Edge, he wants a ladder match because he's walking in hurt, but he understands the ladder. He understands the ladder. He knows what it is. He has the rungs of the ladder down, and maybe his ladder skills will get him a victory against the big dog. Maybe, just maybe. Before that, however, we're gonna have the IC title match. Okay, this time it's a hardcore match between Van Dam and Seth Rollins. Ooh, actually, they're both starting to look really hurt. You know what? I'll do this. They're not going to be in a hardcore match. They're going to be in a tables match. Yeah, that's fine. That's better. And then we'll bump that up to there, even though it should probably be around the main. It'll be the hot opener. It'll be the hot opener. Instead, we'll have... Where are you? We'll have Keith Lee and Shelton Benjamin in a steel cage match mirroring the tag team match we saw a few weeks before this. However, this also now has an interesting footnote in that Seth Rollins is nowhere at ringside, okay? He can't... No one's ever been able to interfere in a steel cage match. That's never, ever happened before. Ever. So Keith Lee understands that. Special referee Iron Man match, because I think we can do Iron Man matches. Yes, as Asuka takes on Becky Lynch, and Mickie James is gonna be there because, of course, Mickie James has sort of become a bit of like a part of the feud, and maybe, just maybe, Mickie James will, you know, be an interesting official, an interesting special referee. Before that, we got the tag team titles. hardcore tornado tag, which is what I sort of wanted before. Pete Dunne and Cesaro versus Big E and Xavier. Let's see, now Cesaro, who went from who was at 13, is now at a 17. Maybe with that big boost of momentum, will be able to win the tag team titles alongside, of course, his buddy Pete Dunne. And finally, we'll have Melina versus Sasha Banks in, I guess, a submission match. Because why not? Melina, where are you, big girl? There we go. Melina, Sasha, singles submission. To close out the show, we've got Backlash. Simulate as Seth Rollins retains the Intercontinental title in a tables matchup. Solid opener. Sasha Banks, surprisingly, gets the job done against Melina in the submission match. Okay, I'm feeling it. Cesaro and Pete Dunne! Yes! I'm building Cesaro! Look at me, WWE. I'm making a star. Becky Lynch, however, retains the women's title. Maybe Mickie James, ladies and gentlemen, might have done something drastic. Maybe Mickie James turns heel on Asuka because Asuka in the triple threat match beat Becky Lynch after Mickie James did all the work. Boom, character development. Next up, Keith Lee beats Shelton Benjamin because Shelton Benjamin, of course, he doesn't have Seth Rollins by his side. He doesn't have the Messiah. Maybe the Messiah was brainwashing him. Maybe it's the Messiah, okay? Maybe Shelton Benjamin, because at this point it's basically happened. Seth Rollins and Shelton Benjamin. And following that, Roman Reigns, the big dog himself, beats Edge. So the only title change is the tag team title match, which is fine. But Roman Reigns beats Edge, and hopefully he's not injured. Please don't have him injured. I cannot afford his injury. Fan change Raw plus 200,000. That's not a lot. That is not a lot. Backlash results are now available. There was a prevailing sense of disappointment among the fans as they made their way out of the arena. The general manager will have to pull out all the stops at the next big event to make it up to the fans. It's not my fault that, like, the cause aren't It's fine. It's fine. We got a new tag team champion. Charlotte has an expiring contract. Maybe if they let that contract expire, we could do something. I'll check this out real quick before we end off the episode. Okay, this is pretty solid. The worst match of the show. Yes, the only one without, like, a main in-game roster member. It had half a star, but it's fine because now we got new tag team champions. Good. Okay. So now, if we can go to the emails. Okay, nobody got injured. Edge is still with the minor injury, but it's fine. Go to rivalries. I guess a lot of rivalries ended off there. I guess people are done with the tag team feud, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm okay with it. It is okay. If we look at the reports real quick, fan support. So we're still on the decline. We got a pay-per-view bump, which is always, fun, but we still got to do something. Okay, if we look at the SmackDown roster, if we go there, proposed trade SmackDown, Rey Mysterio, 83, Randy Orton, 82, Bobby Lashley, 78. Those are our three most, and then, yeah, you can see a big dip there. 81, 79, 66, 65, 59. That's not great. We gotta do something here, okay? We gotta perhaps make some promos for these guys, for Edge and Rob Van Dam. We gotta put some more focus perhaps on the big stars. I'm perhaps a little bit too focused on building up stars. However, I do think, I'll close it out here, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, thank y'all so much for watching this one. If you guys like to, please let me know by hitting the like button down below. Comment anything you want to comment. Subscribe if you haven't already. But if you have, why not hit the bell to be notified of everything we do here on Grapplation? Of course, my name is Dominic. You know the drill of the outro by now. And have a good day. Bye-bye.